Hey guys.
We're here on Monday to do a double header. This is an all patrono double header request. Starting off with some secret chord.
Yeah.
From Portugal. From a terra do Camões. By the way, this patrono right here.
I was wondering when we were going to do that.
Yeah, I was kind of milking it a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm always...
Making the patrono sweat.
Well, you're also making me sweat.
Oh, because you're like, oh, is this happening? Should I go?
No. I'm always very
trigger happy.
Trigger happy when it comes to showing off the patrono.
All right, so I was making you work for it. So the name of the song is O Pastor. This is a Madredeus cover. Wow. So this is what we did, because we have to come clean.
Yeah.
You had never heard the original. I didn't want you to listen to the cover without knowing how the original sounds like. I think it would kind of defeat the purpose.
Yeah, and then you blessed me with the original.
Yeah, so before we pressed record on this video, I played you the original. Not the whole thing. I played you a portion of it so that you could get a feel.
Basically half the song you played me.
Yeah, I played you like 2 verses and a chorus. So I give you a nice enough taste.
You blessed me with that song, and I was kind of
Her voice is phenomenal.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I was wanting to listen to the rest, but I was
like, yeah, we're going to check the cover.
We're
going to check the cover. All right, so secret chord, O Pastor cover, Madredeus cover. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Wow, wow. All right, so before we talk about this, I just want to say I'm going to put a link in the description of the video to the original. So for those of you that want to check out the original, so it's going to be there for you, because for the fans of Apocalyptica, the original is almost like Apocalyptica with an incredible female vocalist on top of it. So I'm going to put in the description a link to the original so you guys can get a taste of that as well. One of my favorite Portuguese bands of all time, Madredeus, just like, they took that fado vibe, that Portuguese folk, and then they incorporated like cellos and acoustic guitars and the classic guitars and all the, like, really stripped down.
I like the accordion. The accordion.
I mean,
and I was also wondering,
folkiness.
I really enjoyed the accordion in that song before.
The original.
In the original. So I was wondering, I'm like,
are they going to do it here?
Are they going to do it, like, are they just going to add it in the background kind of to, you know, to make it a little bit more like the original, to have it like that? They didn't.
No, I felt like the keyboard kind of replaced it.
I felt like, I felt like the keyboard was that replacement. I was also wondering, if they weren't going to do it, what would they replace it with? Because obviously they would replace the cellos and everything with the guitars and bass.
They made it heavy.
They made it heavy.
And going. Because the original is a little bit more methodic.
Oh yeah, no, the original is a lot slower.
It's like a Doom.
It's very, it's a lot slower. But I felt like...
this was turned to 11.
Yeah, definitely. And the keyboard did replace the accordion from the original. Everything else was replaced by the guitar, the drum, which I really liked the different camera angles of the drum, because it showed the actual, you know, the circle part of the drum, and then it showed the inside where you actually see the double pedaling. And I thought that was really good, because you don't see that.
Yeah, it's the video is simple. Let me put it this way: the video is simple. There's not much to it. They're in a studio playing the song, but for a song like this, you don't want the video to be complicated, because you want to concentrate just on the song, on the quality of the track, and on what they're doing, and you don't want to be distracted by unnecessary bullshit in a music video. I thought this was perfect.
But I thought it was really cool. Everyone got their little. Oh,
spots. You got to see everybody.
But that drum part, I really thought was really cool, because you don't really see videos having the
camera like in that spot.
Well, going through the whole of the front.
Yeah, I agree with you. But overall, I thought the video had a simple nature to it, but one that was effective.
Yeah.
Because it allowed you to enjoy everything that happened throughout the song, and it allowed you to see everybody.
And she was perfect.
Listen, this is a very difficult song for you to cover. I think it's definitely more difficult to cover vocally than it is musically, because musically, you know, you're not gonna when you make a decision to do a Madredeus cover, you know you're not gonna sound like the original. You're gonna give it your own spin, right? You're gonna, in their case, you're gonna bring in the guitars, you're gonna bring in the drums. I was surprised with the keyboard, because I wasn't expecting that, but it's a nice touch, because like we said before, it kind of replaced some of the other elements that the original had and still kept the melody there. So I thought it was really cool. But you know they're gonna go heavier. They're gonna go. The moment you're adding electrical guitars and the drums, you know it's gonna sound bigger, heavier, thicker, all of that stuff. But I think you can do that with a Madredeus song musically and get away with it a lot. It's a lot easier for you to reconstruct the original into a cover than it is for you to do that vocally, because the original, she has an outstanding voice. One of my favorite Portuguese vocalists of all time. Like, she's incredible. She's just incredible, and just like she seems so at ease with her voice when she's singing. It's not she's not even breaking a sweat. So I always feel like when you tackle a song like this, it would be almost like tackling specifically. Let me rephrase this. When you tackle a cover like this, and you're a band that also has a female singer, and they're like more of a symphonic metal band, right? So when you have a band that has those characteristics, and you're tackling a song like this, it's difficult, like I said, more vocally than it is musically. It would be like a symphonic metal band tackling Nightwish and doing a cover. Perhaps if you're outside of that genre, it's easier for you, because nobody's expecting you to sound like Nightwish. So if you're Cannibal Corpse and you decide to do, I don't know,
Ghost Love Score?
Ghost Love Score by Cannibal Corpse. That would be absolutely phenomenal. I'm done with that.
I'm done with that.
I'm done with that. So I think if you're, for example, Beast in Black, and you're doing a Nightwish cover, it's going to be, people are going to compare you more because while there's not a lot of similarities, that there are also things that bring them together.
Yeah.
Like Giannis has a great voice, so I feel like if he did, which he's done already, he's done his own cover of Ghost Love Score. But if they were to do a cover of a Nightwish song, Amaranth, for example, if they were to do a cover of Amaranth, I think people would be more critical of it. Oh, it doesn't sound as good as the original. You know, I don't like that. But if Cannibal Corpse did a cover of Ghost Love Score, nobody's expecting that song to sound like the original. They're expecting it to sound like Cannibal Corpse. So I think the expectations are lower. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're a symphonic band in Portugal and you have a female singer and you decide to do a cover of one of the greatest bands of all time from Portugal, who also has a female singer who has an outstanding voice, I think you can get away musically a lot more easily than you do vocally. All eyes are going to be on you. Musically, I think people will give you a pass, but vocally, you know, they're going to be comparing you to the original, regardless if that's the right thing or not.
So it's a ballsy move to make.
To me, but it works two-folded, right? So if you can pull it off, it's fucking great, because everybody knows Madredeus in Portugal, everybody, and if you want to reach a larger audience. We've talked about this many times when I always say that it's cool for bands to do covers, specifically covers of popular songs, because people will go on YouTube, not necessarily searching for you because they don't know who you are, but they may search for the other song, and then you show up, and they're like, wow, a cover? Let me check it out. Let me see what this is all about. And then maybe you just gain a new fan that way. So I think it's a ballsy move, but it could have, you could win twice. You could win the first part of your winning is that if you do it well, you have a great song on your hands. And the second part of that is that if you have a great cover on your hands, you have a great song on your hands, you can bring in a lot more fans that not necessarily would have discovered you otherwise.
Through your normal music.
Yeah. So I feel like it's risky, it's ballsy, because if it doesn't work, you fall flat on your face. But if it works, it's double whammy.
Yeah.
You're winning twice. You know what I mean? It's like when you win and your biggest rival loses on that same week. It's only 3 points apart, but it feels like 6 points. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you won and they lost. So I feel like that's exactly what we have here. Her voice is phenomenal. Nothing new. I mean, we're very well versed when it comes to Secret Chord.
Yeah.
So this is nothing new as far as the quality. But I thought that she delivered this cover perfectly. And what I mean perfectly is she didn't try to sound like the original. I don't think anybody can sound like the original. But I thought that she was comfortable in her voice, that she didn't feel like it didn't crack. Like she didn't crack under pressure. Watching this video, listening to this song, it felt to me that she was comfortable. This is my range. I believe I can deliver this track. I can do it justice within my range without really having to push myself into a place where perhaps I'm not going to be very comfortable. And at the same time, I'm not going to try to be what the original is all about. I'm just going to be me. And I'm going to sing this song as if I would sing any other Secret Chord song.
Which is a perfect mindset to do, because then there's little room for error there.
There's little room for error, but regardless of that, I think people are always going to look at this song and say, and compare it to the original. I think it's almost impossible not to. To give those people watching at home, Madredeus is like the Nightwish of Portugal. I'm not talking about genres. I'm talking about how big and how popular they are. Like one of the biggest Portuguese bands of all time. So I think it's like when you do a Dual Sponge cover, for example. It's tricky, right? Like you have to deliver, but at the same time, do it in a way that it's yours and you hold your own. But I feel like she's some of her range touches on the original singer's range. She's not in the same pocket.
Yeah, she didn't.
But she's rubbing it.
Yeah, she didn't, hit the same notes, but she was definitely up there.
She was in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And because of that, because of how they changed the song musically,
it works.
It works really well.
Because it also didn't feel like by her not going all the way up there, you were missing anything.
No.
Because you had everything else, the guitars having that drive, having that heaviness to it, that it felt like it was a perfect amount of range that you didn't really need any more. You had enough.
You also have to look at the original is really stripped down.
It's
so the
very
voice
slow.
and very slow. So
it does a lot of work when it comes to the song.
Yeah, the vocals are the up and it's almost like the up and down, like because with her voice she's creating the ebbs and flows.
She's doing
right?
what some of the instruments in this song have to do.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
The song is more stripped.
The original is more stripped. This one has a little bit more. That has more umph. So what in the original is happening? The instruments in the original are more linear, and then the vocals are the one creating the waves. And this track, you had more of the instruments creating the waves, so that it takes a little bit off the pressure from the singer, that you don't have to do that with your voice, and you can stay within your range. At least that's how I perceive the song. I think they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal job. Just I loved it, and she felt comfortable. She looked comfortable, and it comes across in the song, and it looked like they were having a great time. And they made a really fun cover, and they made it their own. For folks watching at home that have never heard the original, they listen to this song for the first time, you don't know any better. This is their track, right? This is their track. So, wow, man, great cover. Great way to start this Monday. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. There's another video coming right after this one. See ya.
See ya.